Have you ever pondered why your feet occasionally experience numbness, tingling, or a chill, regardless of the weather, the footwear you choose, or your efforts to keep them cozy? You're in good company. For numerous older adults, this peculiar, disconcerting feeling becomes woven into the fabric of everyday existence, subtly embraced as merely another indication of growing older. Some attribute it to poor circulation, while others believe it's arthritis, or perhaps just the cost of aging. But what if the core issue extends beyond mere age? What if it's something much more commonplace, something resting right on your dinner plate? In reality, even the most nutritious foods can turn detrimental when combined inappropriately. Nuts serve as a prime example, celebrated for their heart-healthy properties, abundant in beneficial fats, fiber, and antioxidants. They appear to be the ideal treat. As we grow older, our bodies begin to process food differently than they did in our younger years. As our digestion slows, circulation diminishes, and the sensitivity of our nerves shifts. When we pair nuts with specific everyday foods, an intriguing phenomenon occurs. These factors can ignite inflammation, elevate blood sugar levels, and impede circulation, culminating in a perfect storm that results in heightened foot numbness and nerve discomfort. This transcends mere discomfort. For older adults, it can signify the distinction between moving with confidence or facing the peril of a serious fall. It may signify overlooking the warning signs of a wound or sore that refuses to heal. It goes beyond mere emotion. It revolves around security, autonomy, and the essence of living well. It's essential to examine our food choices with greater scrutiny, and even more crucial to consider the ways in which we pair the ingredients we rely on. Some combinations, though well known, might be subtly undermining our health in ways we could never have anticipated. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you click that button and activate the bell so you won't miss any health tips tailored just for you. If this video resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments below. If that's the case, please type 0 to share how I can improve the content for you. 1. The concealed risk of combining nuts with sweet cereals. An adventurous beginning to your morning. It appears to be a simple and innocent way to begin your morning, adding a few almonds or walnuts to a bowl of cereal. For numerous seniors, it represents a practice that seems both comforting and beneficial. Nuts are celebrated for their heart-healthy fats, while cereals frequently boast labels that promise fiber or whole grains. However, for older adults, particularly those beyond the age of 60, this blend can subtly undermine well-being, transforming an ordinary breakfast into an unexpected catalyst for foot numbness and nerve discomfort. Allow me to explain. Sweetened cereals, be they popular brands in a box or more nutritious granola options, lead to quick increases in blood sugar levels. Your body reacts by inundating your system with insulin, which gradually deteriorates your nerve linings, particularly in regions farthest from the heart, such as your feet. Next, incorporate the fats and compounds derived from nuts. While these fats are healthy by themselves, combining them with sugar can hinder the digestive process. This results in an extended period during which high glucose levels subtly harm your nerves, especially the delicate, small fibers in your feet. How does this experience resonate? A persistent tingling sensation that lingers on. A lack of sensation in your toes. An unusual feeling, akin to treading on soft cotton or rough gravel. Numerous older adults overlook this as merely a part of getting older, yet it is, in fact, a subtle indication of peripheral neuropathy, signaling that your nerves are inflamed, in distress, and potentially facing harm with every day that goes by. What's even more troubling is that these symptoms don't always manifest immediately. At times, it may require weeks or even months of adhering to this breakfast routine before the signs of numbness become apparent. However, once nerve damage occurs, reversing it can be quite challenging. That's why identifying it early and understanding which dietary habits might be causing it is essential. If you've been experiencing mysterious tingling, pins and needles, or that numb foot sensation, your morning bowl could pose more risks than it appears. And if you find that intriguing, just wait until you discover how combining nuts with specific meats, such as bacon or sausage, can elevate the risk even more. If you're still tuned in and appreciating these insights, please drop a number 1 in the comments to show your support. Next, we shall proceed to the second point. When nuts encounter processed meats, it creates a recipe for subtle nerve damage. For numerous older adults, savoring a handful of nuts paired with slices of deli meat, sausage, or bacon can appear to be a delightful snack or a convenient protein-rich lunch. It's comforting, it's delicious, and for anyone looking to steer clear of sugary treats, it could very well seem like the wiser choice. However, the reality is much more sobering. The pairing of nuts and processed meats could be quietly compromising your nerve health, particularly in your feet, where initial signs of damage frequently emerge. Here's what occurs within your body. Processed meats contain high levels of sodium, preservatives such as nitrates, and frequently concealed sugars. These compounds irritate the blood vessels, reducing their elasticity and constricting the route your blood must travel to reach the smallest capillaries, particularly those in your toes and feet. Nuts, though beneficial when consumed in moderation, contain high levels of fats that necessitate robust circulation for effective digestion and absorption. As your body ages, the efficiency of your circulation diminishes. Incorporating high sodium meats into the equation further impedes blood flow. The outcome? Reduced oxygen and diminished nutrients flow to your peripheral nerves. As time passes, this diminishes the nerve's capacity to transmit signals effectively, leading to feelings of tingling, burning, or total numbness in the feet. You may start to observe that you're tripping more often, or that your toes are experiencing numbness for extended periods throughout the day. These are not mere fleeting irritations. These are signals, subtle hints from your body that something is amiss below the surface. What's even more concerning is the regularity with which this combination appears in everyday situations. From cheese and meat platters at social events to peanut butter spread on salty crackers accompanied by ham slices, these customs are firmly embedded in our routines. However, what may seem innocuous can actually pose significant risks for seniors dealing with diabetes, hypertension, or even reduced circulation, potentially hastening nerve deterioration more quickly than one might expect. Before you grab that handful of nuts and slice of turkey, take a moment to reflect on what your body could be communicating to you. And in discussing prevalent habits that may carry unseen risks, what occurs when you combine nuts with typical carbohydrates such as white bread or pastries? The reality might be far more harmful than you realize. 3. Nut varieties and pale carbohydrates. A concealed cause for tingling sensations in the feet. As we grow older, the desire for comfort becomes increasingly important to us all. A piece of white toast generously spread with creamy peanut butter. A crisp base adorned with a rich layer of nut spread. A delightful pastry savored alongside a steaming cup of tea. These little joys seem innocent, almost revitalizing. However, once you reach the age of 60, pairing nuts with refined carbohydrates such as white bread, crackers, or pastries can subtly create turmoil in your body, with your feet being the first to sense the effects. This combination poses significant risks. Refined carbohydrates are rapidly converted into glucose, leading to abrupt increases in blood sugar levels. Incorporating nuts into your meals, which are rich in fats and occasionally sugars, can lead to a slight deceleration in the digestive process, allowing sugar to linger in your bloodstream for an extended period. For aging nerves, particularly in the feet and legs, this indicates extended exposure to harmful glucose levels. As time passes, this harms the protective layer encasing your nerves, known as the myelin sheath, resulting in misfiring signals, numbness, and potentially persistent pain. It doesn't necessarily require a long time. For older adults experiencing prediabetes or mild insulin resistance, these combinations may result in significant symptoms within a matter of weeks. A peculiar buzzing may start to invade your nights, accompanied by an unshakable chill in your toes that no pair of socks can remedy, or a fleeting pins and needles feeling that ebbs and flows. These initial indicators of peripheral neuropathy start off quietly but can escalate into a more serious issue if not addressed promptly. This situation is especially concerning because this food combination is intricately integrated into our daily habits, such as a peanut butter sandwich on white bread or a biscuit with almond butter. These are essentials that many of us remember from our youth, yet our bodies at 65 or 70 have changed significantly since we were 25. The acceptance of these fluctuations in blood sugar has waned, and the cost we bear is frequently sensed with each movement. The positive update? Understanding transforms everything. Once we recognize the pattern, we can begin to implement subtle changes, such as replacing white bread with whole grains or opting for nuts paired with high-fiber fruits instead. As you ponder your own dining experiences, there's an intriguing combination to rethink, one that might catch you off guard. What occurs when nuts are combined with alcohol? The repercussions could be far more perilous than you ever envisioned. If you're still tuned in and appreciating these insights, please drop a number 1 in the comments to let me know you're present. Let's continue with point 4. 4. Combining nuts with spirits. A subtle danger to your nerve well-being. A delicate glass of wine, a smooth sip of bourbon, or a refreshing beer shared with friends. These are delightful joys that numerous older adults appreciate in moderation. Place a bowl of mixed nuts on the table, and suddenly, it transforms into a delightful moment of indulgence. Yet, hidden beneath that facade of comfort is a perilous reality. The pairing of alcohol and nuts could quietly exacerbate nerve issues, particularly the sensation of numbness in your feet. The peril begins with the influence of alcohol on your nervous system. Even minimal quantities can diminish vital nutrients such as vitamin B1, thiamine, an essential vitamin that promotes healthy nerve function. With the passage of time, our bodies face increasing challenges in efficiently absorbing these essential vitamins. The introduction of alcohol intensifies that struggle significantly. Combine that with nuts and foods high in fat that hinder the liver's capacity to metabolize alcohol, and the outcome is extended alcohol presence within your system, amplifying its harmful effects on your nerves. With the passage of time, this engagement may harm the delicate nerves located in your extremities. That's why many older adults start to experience a gradual numbness, a tingling sensation in their feet, or a feeling of disconnection from the ground beneath them. For some, this begins gently, akin to the feeling of treading on a soft sponge or cool tiles. For some, it transforms into an intense, prickling unease that interferes with rest and restricts everyday movement. The danger increases significantly with regular consumption, even when done in moderation. The impact of alcohol on the nervous system builds over time, and when consistently combined with fatty foods such as nuts, it hinders detoxification, permitting harmful byproducts to linger in circulation for an extended period. A seemingly soothing evening treat can turn into a relentless barrage on your nervous system. This isn't about permanently eliminating every drink or nut from your life, rather, it's about gaining insight into how these combinations influence your aging body. Your sensitivity is heightened, and safeguarding it starts with deliberate decisions. And speaking of unexpected pairings, did you know that certain nutritious vegetables can turn perilous when combined with nuts? The interaction between oxalates found in leafy greens and the compounds present in nuts might just astonish you. 5. The combination of nuts with foods high in oxalates reveals a hidden risk within seemingly healthy options. Throughout our lives, we've been encouraged to incorporate more greens into our diets: spinach, beets, Swiss chard, and even rhubarb. These foods are packed with nutrients and are frequently suggested for promoting heart health, aiding digestion, and preventing cancer. Nuts are equally celebrated, making it seem reasonable to combine them into one nutritious dish. A delightful spinach salad adorned with crunchy walnuts. A vibrant beet smoothie blended with creamy almond butter. Yet, the disquieting reality is this. Nuts, when combined with vegetables high in oxalates, may subtly lead to nerve pain and numbness, particularly in the feet. The nuts found in these vegetables are rich in oxalates, which are naturally occurring compounds that can bind to calcium and create crystals in the body when consumed in large quantities. For older individuals, particularly those with diminished kidney function or a past of kidney stones, this accumulation can pose significant risks. What many fail to understand is that these tiny oxalate crystals do not remain confined to the kidneys. They have the ability to navigate through the bloodstream, gathering in the smaller blood vessels and nerves, especially in the extremities. The nerves in your feet and toes are some of the most delicate. As blood circulation falters or nerve tissue experiences inflammation, the onset of symptoms tends to be gradual. Initially, there's a subtle tingling sensation, followed by a chill, rigidity, or the impression of walking on rough gravel. As time progresses, this can evolve into severe peripheral neuropathy, a condition that robs individuals of comfort, mobility, independence, and even safety. Incidents of falling increase in likelihood. Injuries and lacerations remain overlooked. The process of healing has become gradual. The allure of this combination lies in its cleverly crafted appearance of healthiness. Numerous older adults confidently incorporate more greens and nuts into their mindful eating habits, yet they continue to experience a decline in their symptoms, oblivious to the underlying chemical interactions at play. Yet, there exists a glimmer of hope and a growing awareness. Selecting vegetables with lower oxalate content, controlling nut consumption, and maintaining adequate hydration can all contribute to minimizing risk. As we delve deeper, there remains one more well-known combination to investigate, one that evokes a sense of warmth, comfort, and nostalgia, yet may harbor a risk that exceeds our expectations. What occurs when nuts are mixed with dairy? The response might astonish even the most vigilant elder regarding their well-being. 6. Seeds and milk products. A substantial blend that might subtly dull the sensation in your feet. The combination of nuts and dairy brings a sense of warmth and familiarity. A couple of cheese slices paired with almonds for an afternoon snack. A serving of cottage cheese paired with walnuts as a nighttime snack. A creamy dessert adorned with crushed pecans can indeed serve as a fulfilling, protein-packed option, particularly for individuals aiming to steer clear of sugar. Yet, hidden beneath that feeling of security is a danger that most seniors are seldom cautioned about. The blend of nuts and full-fat dairy may quietly play a role in the numbness, stiffness, and nerve pain that many older adults feel in their feet. With the passage of time, our digestive system tends to become more sensitive, the metabolism of fat slows down, and circulation, particularly in the lower extremities, may diminish. Combining nuts and dairy results in a rich, heavy fat content that can be challenging for an aging digestive system to handle effectively. The weight of that discomfort extends beyond the stomach, influencing the whole body, impeding blood circulation and igniting a subtle inflammation that can impact the delicate nerves in your feet and toes. Additionally, full-fat dairy items, such as cheese, cream, and whole milk, are recognized for their potential to elevate cholesterol levels and may lead to the accumulation of plaque in blood vessels. As these vessels constrict, a reduced amount of oxygen-rich blood flows to your extremities. The nerves, deprived of adequate circulation, start to waver. Signals are diminishing. A sensation of numbness or perhaps a lingering chill in your feet begins to emerge, one that never fully dissipates. For many, it's dismissed as simply a matter of age. However, it is often an indication that your nerves are in distress and that your dietary selections are contributing to the issue. Moreover, a significant number of older adults may face lactose sensitivity without being aware of it. This concealed intolerance may lead to unspoken inflammation, which exacerbates the situation when paired with inflammatory substances present in specific nuts. Ultimately, it's not driven by fear, it's rooted in awareness. As you start to grasp the influence of food pairings on your nervous system, you acquire the ability to safeguard it. Now that you've observed how even seemingly beneficial combinations can lead to negative outcomes, it might be wise to reconsider your daily routines. Numbness transcends mere symptomatology, it serves as a profound signal. Listening to it may serve as the initial step towards healing, solace, and liberation in your later years. What actions can you take today? A soft journey towards restoration and safeguarding. Reaching this point signifies that you've embarked on a significant journey, one rooted in awareness. And that, above all else, is the starting point for transformation. It's common to feel inundated after discovering how seemingly simple decisions, such as pairing nuts with bread, cheese, or processed meats, can subtly influence your nerve health. However, this is not an invitation to panic. Rather, it encourages a soft, thoughtful shift. The encouraging truth is, there's always time to start anew. Begin by paying closer attention to the signals your body is sending. If you experience numbness in your feet after certain meals, it's important not to brush it off as merely a sign of getting older. That unease might be your body's subtle signal of caution. Consider your everyday routines, paying attention not only to your dietary choices but also to the ways you pair different foods, the frequency of your hydration, and the amount of activity you engage in with your legs and feet. The significance of these small details cannot be overstated. Concentrate on straightforward alternatives. Select fruits rich in fiber or leafy greens that are low in oxalates to accompany your nuts. Swap out sugary cereals for wholesome whole grain oats or plain yogurt. Pay attention to your dairy choices. Consider selecting lighter lactose-free alternatives if you've experienced any bloating or discomfort. When it comes to alcohol, indulge in moderation, understanding that your nervous system requires all the care it can receive. Essential nutrients such as vitamin B12, magnesium, and healthy omega-3 fats play a crucial role in supporting your nerves. Consult your physician to evaluate your levels. Numerous seniors are unaware of their deficiencies. When utilized properly, supplements can aid in the body's healing journey and gradually alleviate symptoms of numbness. However, it is crucial to extend yourself some compassion. These adjustments can be subtle and manageable. One can begin with just one meal, one moment of making a different choice, embracing compassion for the body that has supported you through countless seasons. Embrace food as a source of nourishment for your recovery, rather than a cause of distress. Allow every decision to serve as a safeguard for your composure, your stability, your autonomy. As you progress with newfound insight, keep this in mind. Minor adjustments made regularly can lead to the most significant transformations in the years that truly count. Conclusion: safeguarding the feet that guide us through our journey. Having traversed countless paths in life, experiencing transformation, challenges, happiness, and insight, I've gained a profound understanding of one essential truth. Initially, the body communicates in gentle whispers. A soft throb, a tingling toe, a delicate misstep. These are not merely arbitrary indicators of aging. These are whispers, gentle yet significant, urging us to take a moment, to hear, and to engage with empathy on a profound level. The sensation of numbness in the feet is akin to a subtle whisper. It might start as a slight annoyance, a feeling you easily dismiss. However, as time passes, it may evolve into a more significant issue, one that impacts your self-assurance, your mobility, and even your autonomy. While we frequently attribute our issues to age, genetics, or chronic conditions, we seldom pause to consider the extent to which our diet, particularly the way we combine our foods, may contribute to or exacerbate these problems. I've witnessed far too many friends overlook those initial indications. They reduce their steps, eventually ceasing to walk entirely. Unbeknownst to them, their everyday food selections, the beloved comfort foods, and the snacks they relied on were subtly harming the nerves in their feet, meal after meal. This message holds profound significance for me. Now you are aware. You've witnessed how something as seemingly harmless as a bowl of cereal with nuts, or a slice of cheese accompanied by almonds, can transform into a concealed catalyst for nerve damage. Not due to the inherent negativity of those foods, but rather because their combination can lead to inflammation, hinder circulation, and burden a body that requires nurturing rather than additional strain. However, this isn't about apprehension. It revolves around influence. Your control over your health is greater than you might have previously realized. Select dishes that nurture, that bolster your nerves, that ensure your feet remain warm, robust, and stable. Feel free to inquire, adjust, and take back the vitality that is rightfully yours, one deliberate decision at a time. I am convinced, deep down, that aging is not synonymous with diminishing. It's about honing. On the journey to enhance our wisdom, embrace gentleness in our demeanor, and cultivate strength in the subtle yet significant aspects of life. And a portion of that resilience arises from valuing your signals, regardless of their size. As you progress, I urge you to embrace your golden years fully, rather than merely passing through them. Stride thoughtfully, stride completely, and stride free of discomfort. The journey ahead holds beauty yet to be discovered, and your feet are destined to take you there. These lessons aim to ignite your passion for living a life that is both vibrant and true to yourself. I'm eager to hear your thoughts. Pause for a moment to contemplate and express one insight you've gained that you intend to incorporate into your own life. Let us uplift one another as we navigate this path toward accepting these realities. If you found this video enjoyable, I would appreciate it if you could share your thoughts in the comments with a simple one. If that's the case, please don't hesitate to leave a comment with 0. Your insights are incredibly valuable to us. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more engaging content like this. Thank you for tuning in, and here's to embracing life in your own unique way.